What is happening, guys? Welcome back to the Terrier Owner YouTube channel. Today, Luna wants to inform you of a few things that are important, especially for any new Jack Russell owner, that is going to help you immensely if you are just adopting a Jack Russell, thinking about it, or pretty new to this dog in general. Today, guys, we are going to talk about how to get this precious little puppy right here, right, Luna? Precious. How to get this dog to listen to you. So if you're struggling with that right now, be sure to watch this video till the end so you can get our tips on how to get this dog to listen, how to, obey some commands or just do some of the things that you want them to do. Before we dive into it, guys, we always like to try and steal a thumbs up from you. We love whenever you guys do that, mainly because of how much it helps us with the YouTube algorithm, so please be sure to do that. Luna loves when you do that as well. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We make new videos every week specifically dedicated to this dog right here, so we can help you throughout the entire journey with your Jack Russell. And never forget that we have a blog website dedicated to the same exact thing. TerrierOwner.com. Release weekly blog posts, if not more, that is dedicated towards a written format of helping you with this dog as well. So be sure to check that out. And now, guys, let's talk about the best ways, or our best advice to get this dog to listen to you. What are some of the easy tips you can implement to get this dog to be more obedient, so to speak? And we are going to kick it off with the most elementary tip that we could possibly give, and that is start right away with this dog with training right when you get home, and start with the basics. You don't need to go crazy with this dog right out of the gates. When this dog's a puppy, all they're really gonna wanna do is sleep and basically cuddle in your lap. They don't do a whole lot, so you can't do a whole lot either. They're not really ready to take on that level of training. But when they are, which only takes a few short weeks, honestly, to get to that time, you need to start with really basic stuff. Potty training, crate training, getting them on a routine feeding schedule, and then you can move into really basic commands like sit. Like, I wouldn't take things too far in the beginning. Take things slow, make sure they're getting it, and then start moving into the more complex things like stay, heel, things like that take a few extra steps in getting them, because stay as a basic command requires them not to really follow you in the beginning, stay in a spot, and then come to you and ask. So there's multiple steps in that command process, and learning to just get them to sit, one basic thing, is the best way to get that kick started. And the next follow-up part B to that I would say is you really need to make sure you reward this dog heavily. This is a dog, it's a working dog breed. They love to please you, and the only way they're gonna know that that's happening is either you showering them with affection or giving them a treat. It sounds super basic, but lean towards rewards, not towards scolding. If this dog thinks they're doing something right and they get something in return, they're very manipulating dogs. They want to keep getting rewards and keep getting your attention. If you give that to them when they do something right, they are going to start recognizing very quickly, it's a very smart dog when trained properly, that they're doing the correct behavior, and they will repeat it, and it's a repeatable process for the commands that you want them to do. So start early, start with the basics, don't overdo it, reward them heavily. That's how you sum up number one. Number two, guys, is you have to remove the excess energy. If you're trying to train this dog when they have not had any exercise, or when they're fully, gas tank is full of energy, you haven't exhausted any of it, they're very difficult to train in those situations, because all they want to do is move at lightning speed. So start a training session maybe after a long walk. Start a training session after a visit to a dog park, or after an hour of them chasing another dog around in your backyard. Maybe you have two dogs. I don't care how you burn off their energy. It doesn't matter how the energy is burned off. But training this dog slightly exhausted versus full of energy and wanting to play is a night and day difference. So remove the excess energy from them before you get crazy with training. Number three, guys, almost ties back into, it does tie back into every tip on here, but you have to be unwavering with your consistency with this dog. As soon as you start getting out of routine, they start getting a little out of whack too. This can go anywhere from potty training to a feeding schedule to when they do things outside with you, like when going for a walk takes place, or just your consistency with the words that you use as verbal cues to do something. If you're trying to get them to lay down and you start with lay, you better stick with lay, because adding one word shockingly confuses things for a dog. They don't speak the English language, so to speak. So if you start with lay down, keep it as lay down. You need to be consistent with everything you do. So my best recommendation for that is, before you even adopt a dog, or very very shortly after is build your schedule around what works for you and what will work with the dog, and then just keep it. If it's built into your schedule beforehand and you can hold it down, you're gonna go a lot further with this dog. It's going to be a lot easier and a lot less anxiety and stress. So unwavering with your consistency. Don't give up, persevere through it, and be patient and just keep going at it. The next thing I would say about this dog, if you really want them to listen to you guys, is you don't just need to check their energy as far as exhausting it, you need to check your own energy. This dog is one of the best dogs, in my opinion, at reading the room and reading your attitude. If you're in a bad mood or you are not coming across with the energy that should be used whenever you're training a dog, they're not having it. They're extremely smart with those nonverbal cues. They can pick up on things very quickly. You need to go into it with enthusiasm, reward them, and they need to feel that. It needs to be fun for them. If they feel like this is going to be a session of getting scolded or disciplined or you getting mad at them, they ain't going to give you a whole lot of their effort. This dog, when it comes to affection, matches you times 100. If you give them 100%, they're going to give you 200. If you give them 100% energy, they're going to give you 200%. But if they sense much less than that or anything really under it, they really aren't going to give you a whole lot back. They're very stubborn like that, intelligent like that, and needy like that, honestly. Other dogs, sometimes maybe you don't need that kind of energy matching. This dog you do. You need the enthusiasm, they need to know what's going on, and they need to feel like they're almost working for you in that aspect. Another tip I have for you guys is you just need to learn when it makes sense to get them to listen to you. You know, you need to learn how to read a situation, you need to learn how to read their body language. An example would be me when I adopted Luna here with my other dog, since I have a yellow lab as well. Whenever dogs are new with each other, or if they're playing with each other and they've been around each other for 4 years like Luna and Graham have, and they're in a playful, you know, interaction out back, and then I try and get her to come inside, I need to understand that she's already fully mentally engaged in something. So I need to either break that engagement for her mentally or wait a minute, 30 seconds, whatever it is. Or if you're taking your dog for a walk, you need them to do something, but they're sniffing out another dog that they're passing by. If a dog like this with a prey drive like that or a protective mode like that, it is hard to get this dog to listen when they're already fully engaged. Like I said before in the last tip, when they're all in, they're all in. So am I gonna get Luna here to do a sit, stay, and lay down when she's chasing a squirrel? No. Not even after 4 years of owning her. I'll be lucky if I could get her, if we were in the open with no fence, I'd be lucky if I could get her to stop pursuit, to be 100% honest with you. Once this dog is engaged with chasing an animal like that, it's either they catch it and they finish it, or the pursuit ends because the other animal escapes. Luckily, we have a backyard with a fence, so as soon as that animal can get through the fence, we're in good shape. But that's my point, is you can't expect perfection when their mind is already occupied with something else, and that shouldn't be hard to believe. I mean, what do you do as a person? Do you fully do everything correctly when you're already engaged with something else? Probably not. So you need to just really figure out the best times to communicate with the dog, communicate with high energy, stay consistent, have some patience, and realize it takes a little bit of time with this dog. Another thing you can do, guys, and it probably seems like I'm really beating this one in, but you can just go to terrierowner.com for a lot of help with these things. We have articles on training and discipline, on clicker training, on, you know, basic command training and potty training and crate training. Visit terrierowner.com. Everything on that website, if you just click on the Jack Russell tab, you can navigate probably over 175 helpful articles about this dog. Head over there and check that out. Again, guys, a thumbs up on this video. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that, probably until we're done making videos forever here, but the thumbs up helps us more than any other indicator for YouTube, so they know that you guys enjoy seeing Luna and you enjoy the tips that we're providing, especially for the new Jack Russell owners. Like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you are notified for next week's video, so you can check that out when you do have time to sit down and watch it. Outside of that, guys, as always, Luna and I really appreciate you guys coming back to the channel. We look forward to making you more great content, and we will see you in the next one. Take care.